those resorts that do not use API connection for their own interfaces that would be custom, we have an extensive online web interface setup. We have over 8 different interfaces to choose from. As you can see here, web bookings, have you got web bookings switched on? Resort web down to the minute bookings, so we can do appointments. Web ticketing, so there would be a different interface for ticketing. Resort web deals, that's a new feature that we just added where people can create coupons for guests. Resort web permits, so that's if you have permits on your resort or land. Resort web points, we have a full points setup interface, so we'll be able to sell those online as well. Resort web group bookings, that's if you want the client to select more than one unit when making a reservation. And then if you want them to book multiple unit types, not just one unit, but multiple unit types, there's a setting for that as well. Group bookings, maximum number of reservations. So if you don't want any more than 10 or 5 bookings to be made in one go, then you would put the number in here. Group booking, minimum days in advance. Then we also have request-based reservations. This is where somebody doesn't have a credit card interface. A guest can go online, make a reservation, but it's a request. And in the confirmations, it says it's a request and that the resort would get back to you if you want it, if they have the room or if they wanted you to stay. Resort web product services. So after the reservation is made, you can have unlimited products or services to sell the guests, things like firewood or something in the cabin or something in the room, like roses or water or drinks. That can be set up here as well. Resort web interface type. We have, like I said, we have a lot of different web interfaces, and so you can set those here. We also have booking details. We have different types of booking details. We have a simplified version. We have a longer form version. Also, if you want to allow cancelled reservations, we also have different mobile interfaces. We also have marketing types to collect information online. Where did you hear about us, etc. Then we have promo codes online. We also have resort web payments, comments entered into. So you could actually have comments entered for payments. We also have resort web opt-in. So if they opt in for the marketing, yes or no. Always use unit type dimensions when validating vehicles. So if you had a multiple resort where you had cabins and you also had RV sites, you could set up an interface just for the cabins where length sensitive wouldn't matter, but then you could have another interface where you need vehicle information and the dimensions, all from the same interface. So you could switch those on here, and then you could select which units are applicable to which interface. You can display the unit number on the interface, yes or no. We also have Reservation Services page, allow members to cancel basic reservations, so you can switch that on or off. Resort web check-in, do you want them to be able to do remote check-in? Do you need a web check-in form which they can e-sign before they can check in? We also have resort web check-in. They can't check in unless they make a full payment. That could be on or off, so they could just have a deposit or they could have full payment. Resort web documents required before check-in, so you may have some waiver forms, some COVID forms, or other types of forms that they need before they check in. So the system will check to make sure that those have been electronically signed first. Then we have resort web additional res payments. Do they need additional payments before they can log in or check out? We also have res objects. Most people use these for different types of vehicles. We also have other res web documents required before tickets. So with tickets, we also have a feature that if you need waivers before tickets, so you may have an event that could be dangerous or could involve adventure, then you may need a waiver before they can gain access to the event. We also have administration level settings, and then here we can auto assign the units when somebody makes a reservation, or we can turn that off and the grid will auto optimize. and then we have down to the minutes, which intervals. It could be an hour, it could be 4 hours. For tours and things like that, it could be a whole day tour, which may be 8 hours. It could be half a day tour, 4 hours, or it could be a 1 hour tour or adventure. So this is just to show you the extensive setup interfaces that we have, and that's just on the general tab. And the availability tab, now this is where you would set up your interfaces, and you would say which priority level, you would say which tickets are applicable to this interface, so you can select the ticket there. If it was, we've got 2 ticket version interfaces, as you can see. Then we got regular reservations, and you can have the availability type, you can name them, you can have different calendar modes, single calendar, split calendar. Single calendar is good for single day bookings, whether it's for tickets or tours. And you got length sensitivity required, yes or no, for this particular interface. Width, height, depth. So for the marinas, we would typically switch all these on. For RVs, you may only want the length and the width. Force unit dimensions, so before the person can see the availability, we make sure that they put these in if the units assigned to this require length. You can say which unit types are applicable, so you can have all units or just a few units for this particular interface. And then auto select data. We also have auto load results, so when they go to the page, we may just load everything based on the dates that are selected at the top, or we can have search results based on the length, width, height, etc. after they've entered those. So as you can see, it is a very robust system and highly configurable.